I would like to thank ISMICS Society, Dr. Jayashree and Dr. Deepanjan for giving me this opportunity here. I'll be talking about smaller is better in manual small incision cataract surgery. So in a developing country like India, where we have a huge population of almost more than 130 crore, and together with very low doctor-patient ratio, there is a huge backlog of cataract surgeries. Phacoemulsification is the method of choice in your developed countries, but the cost and the maintenance of the machine is quite high. And our cataracts are quite hard and dense, and sometimes it's very difficult and time-consuming to emulsify them. So to combat that, manual small incision cataract surgery is quite popular in developing countries, mostly because of its low cost and faster surgery. And many studies have shown that there is no difference between phacoemulsification and manual small incision cataract surgery in terms of visual outcome and in the rate of endophthalmitis. And together with the implantation of a square edge rigid PMMA IOL, we can reduce the rate of posterior capsular opacification, which is one of the major causes of reduced vision in the postoperative period. So while managing this kind of hard cataract, sometimes our incision may go up to 8 millimeter and more. And this large incision will definitely lead to higher postoperative astigmatism in the postoperative period, and sometimes wound leak and even endophthalmitis. Some modifications have been suggested, like fracturing the nucleus in the tunnel or in the anterior chamber by either bisecting or trisecting the nucleus, but sometimes it can lead to endothelial damage. So a new device has come way back in 2018. It's called MyLoop, and it has the capacity to divide the nucleus within the capsular bag away from the endothelium. The result of the study was published in British Journal of Ophthalmology way back in 2018. So here you can see that this is the image on the right upper side. At the tip, it has a micro thin filament loop made up of your nitinol alloy, which is a combination of nickel and titanium. And green color is the knob which will help us in opening and closing the loop. This loop has very good memory with super elastic property with smooth outer surface which matches the curved inner contour of the capsule. So this is an animated video. So here you can see that the loop is going within the capsular bag, and on retracting the loop, it has divided the nucleus into two halves. This is the Miyake Appel view. Here you can see that there is a very smooth and atraumatic passage of the MyLoop within the capsular bag without any damage to the posterior capsule or to the surrounding zonules. It can divide any grade of cataract into two halves. So let's see a few cases with it. So this is a case of your brown cataract. Ideally, I prefer to do a superior tunnel with relatively large incision and large capsular axis in this kind of cataracts. But as I am using MyLoop, so my incision will be temporal, as inserting the MyLoop through a temporal tunnel is quite easier as compared to the superior. And also, I will restrict my incision to at least 6 millimeter. And the typical side pockets which are being fashioned to deliver the nucleus out are not needed. And we can deliver or prolapse the nucleus out by relatively smaller incision as small as 5 millimeter. So let's say I have marked with the caliper 6 millimeter, and after fashioning this frown incision temporarily, after constructing the tunnel also, I'll be creating two side ports on each side. And AC is entered with your keratome without extending it further. Capsular axis of around 5 millimeter is made. And then after doing a gentle hydro dissection, now I'm injecting viscoelastics just underneath the rhexis margin so as to create a space for the MyLoop to go inside. So once it is done, I'm just checking the opening, the smooth opening and closing of the MyLoop outside the eye before inserting it. Once I'm confirmed, I am implanting it and placing it horizontally over the nucleus, and gradually I will push the green knob down, which will help me in opening the MyLoop. So you can see that the MyLoop has gone below the rhexis margin, and on further, following the green knob down, it has opened fully. And once it is opened fully, I will turn the loop vertically so as to sandwich the whole nucleus within the MyLoop. You can see the golden ring as well. If the AC collapses, one can use the side port to put viscoelastics. And on detecting the loop, you can see that the nucleus is being divided into two halves. Also, you can see that there is a partial prolapse of the nucleus as well. So it's a blessing in disguise. So the second instrument can be used to protect. I mean, sometimes the nucleus may bump upwards, which is quite rare. So after that, both the heminuclei will be delivered one after another with the vectis. And after thoracocortex aspiration, a single piece rigid PMA IOL, I'm implanting it within the bag with your 360-degree rhexis margin overlap. So next, the case of your mature cataract. So here I'm doing can opener capsulotomy. After finishing the can opener, I'll be using this MyLoop again. It's going inside. And then on retracting the loop, it has divided the nucleus, as you can see, with partial prolapse of the nucleus. And both the heminuclei are aligned perpendicular to the wound and delivered one after another. Here also you have seen that the MyLoop is quite safe in your even can opener capsulotomies. This is a case of your lens-induced glaucoma, papillary glaucoma. As we know that these cases are notorious to have intraoperative complications because of their weak zonules. So here also I'm making this temporal SICS, temporal tunnel. I'll be doing envelope technique here. After cutting with the vanas on both sides, the remaining capsulotomy, I will complete it with the rhexis forceps. And then I will inserting this MyLoop to divide this floating nucleus into two halves. You can say that the nucleus is being divided in two halves, and there is no damage to the surrounding zonules. So it suggests that the MyLoop is even zonular friendly. So way back in December 2017 to March 2018, I did around 25 cases with MyLoop. I think I was the one of the first surgeons from India to use this MyLoop in manual small incision cataract surgery. All thanks to Dr. David Chang and Arvind Eye Hospital. So in these 25 cases, most of were after capsular rhexis, 9 were after can opener, and 2 were after envelope technique. So I encoded one PCR. It was my second case, and I feel it was probably due to my learning curve, and no other major intraoperative complications I encountered. Post-operative, there was 2 cases of corneal edema because of because of retained viscoelastics, 2 cases of mild iritis, and there were no other complications like DM detachment or striate keratopathy. So I feel that there is definite benefit in using MyLoop in manual small incision cataract surgery cases. By making a relatively smaller incision, we can reduce the postoperative astigmatism. By fashioning a smaller capsular rhexis together with your square edge rigid PMA IOL with 360 rhexis margin overlap, we can reduce the incidence of posterior capsular opacification. And as I have told that while detecting the loop, there is partial prolapse of the nucleus. So it also helps in easy prolapse of the nucleus, and even delivery of each of the heminuclei is quite easier as compared to delivering a bulky nucleus through the tunnel. So cost is the limiting factor. Initially it was not available in India, but now I feel that it's available with the Zeiss company. And it is meant for single use only, but we can use it multiple times by gas sterilizing it. I have used one MyLoop for almost 7 or 8 times, good results. And there is short learning curve as in learning any new technique. One study is going on in Arvind Eye Hospital to compare the MyLoop with the phacoemulsification in novice surgeons. So here, each novice surgeon will do 50 cases with MyLoop and 50 cases of phacoemulsification. The study is still going on. It started last year in the month of June, but the preliminary results suggest that the operating surgeons, the novice surgeons are quite comfortable in learning the MyLoop as compared to the phacoemulsification. So hopefully at the end of this study, we'll be able to know much about the learning curve and the complications between the two techniques. So to conclude, I feel that MyLoop is here to play a significant role in managing hard and difficult cataracts in the developing world. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.